kick my feet up in my room. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing out there? Let a couple folk walk in before I get started. I know a lot of y'all might be surprised, like, what big dog going on and early in the morning? Yeah, bro. I'm constantly rebuilding, rebranding, and retooling as I go. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find the sweet spot for my audience. What's going on? What's going on? Trying to find my audience. You know, and trying to find their sweet spot as far as content, as far as timing, and as far as everything that go into content creation. So I'm still a work in progress. I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on, Seneca One? Hey, Seneca One. You know what? You one of my favorite people in the world, shout it. I have to give you that. You one of my favorite people in the world. You know what I'm saying? And when you do leave comments on videos I done did. What's good, Raj? What's going on? Raj, oh my bad, Raj. Hey, Raj, my bad for not shouting you out in my live yesterday, bro. I was on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I was on some other shit. You know, I always fuck with you. You know, I'm always screaming your name when you show up in my chats, bro. So charge to my head, not my heart, bro. I was going through something yesterday, but I still wanted to do something. And I saw you in the chat, and I ain't shout you out, so that's my blow. But I fuck with you, Raj. But Seneca One, you like Seneca One. You done heard me a couple of times, Shawty. You know I do not be on that male male chauvinistic, misogynistic type shit, Seneca One. I don't know why you be leaving some of the comments you be leaving on some of my lives and shit like that. You know I don't do that type of shit, man. I just keep it 100. You know that, Shawty. You know that, Shawty. I don't even know why you be playing with me. But yeah, so oh man. But how y'all doing on this Good Friday morning, the first day of summer? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's finna be council season in a minute. What is it? Tomorrow or the 22nd? Either way, I think it's what's going on? How you doing? Well, anyway, council season right around the corner. It's either tomorrow or Sunday, but council season's coming up. My son's birthday is next. It's Thursday. Yeah, he gonna be the big 18. You know what I'm saying? He asked me, Dad, what you gonna give me for my birthday? I'm like, shit. Nothing. I don't know. I'm gonna get him something. I don't know. I don't know, but he don't be wanting shit. Really, he just want a nigga to get him something. But my son finna be 18 next week. My birthday come around the corner in July, and his son is gonna be born in the due date July 20th for his son. So yeah, it's cancer season over around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Cancer season around these parts over here. Me, my son, and my grandson. Cancer, cancer, cancer. You know what I'm saying? And I know I already know some of y'all gonna like, oh y'all terrible, y'all emotional, y'all some crap. Nah, let me before I get to any serious shit that I'm gonna talk about today, right now. When it come down to cancers, and I've told y'all over and over again, like my mama instilled in that zodiac astrology shit in me when I was a little boy. So yeah, I do fuck with it. I do fuck with it. But yeah, cancers are not crybabies. Cancers are not emotional. Cancers are in tune with their emotions, and we're like, you're not gonna play with us. That's what it really be. It's like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no I'm just crazy. And I'm like, nah, if I fuck with you, I'm giving you everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you everything because I really fuck with you. I really like you. I really want you to be better than all that type of shit right there. The thing is, you can't play with us. That's the thing. You can't play with the council. Cause then the other side will come out that y'all don't want to see. When a lot of people be talking about you don't want to see, no, you don't want to see our other side. We are literally like, if I give you everything, if I tell you I rock with you and I fuck with you, don't take that as you gonna play with me. Cause if you play with me, we cold-blooded assassins. We're cold-blooded assassins. We have no time. The cutoff game is strong. Cutoff game is strong. Like we would check out on you while you still thinking we lovey dovey and we all for you. Like, bro, I done checked out. I'm just here. The body just here. I ain't even thinking about your ass no more. I done checked out. I'll watch you fall on your face and won't pick you up. I was proud to spit on you. Proud to piss on your ass. That's just reality. So when it come down to councils, we don't play that shit. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I don't fuck with you, I ain't got no problem telling you I don't fuck with you. Simple as that. I ain't got a problem letting your ass suffer. I ain't got a problem letting your ass suffer. And the thing about it is, nigga, you fucked up with me before I fucked up with you. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up with me before I fucked up with you. I just ain't say shit. I let you hang yourself. I let you get enough rope till you was up in the air. I just kicked over the chair. You feel what I'm saying? That's all it really was. I let you hang yourself. And you'll be looking at me like, damn, you fucking like, no, bro. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. So yeah, so I'm a counselor, my son a counselor, and my grandson, you know, July 20th, that's her due date. So I'm a counselor, my son a counselor, and my grandson finna be a counselor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it ain't nothing but counselors. The men over here is counselors. We don't play that shit. We don't play that shit. So if you a female that fucking with a council man, just know, hey, don't play with that nigga. If he gonna fuck with you, he rock with you, he doing everything and it power to be with you, take care of you and all that good shit right there. Shout it, you got the one of the best niggas on your side. Play with him if you want to and watch how cold he get. You gonna swear that nigga a piece of shit. But anyway, what's up to everybody? Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all walking this jump, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Y'all help me get to 1,300 by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all subscribe and you know what I'm saying, share this out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And anyway, so for those that watch basketball, you know Indiana kicked Oklahoma City ass last night. You know, I ain't just gonna take a whole lot of time on the game because I watched it, but once third quarter was over, I was like, I'm finna turn it off. So, but it was like a 30-point lead by the time I turned it off. And truth of the matter is, for all those that watch basketball that want Oklahoma City to win, y'all really ain't watching basketball. Y'all really ain't watching basketball. And this me being the basketball fan and the basketball coach right now is if y'all really watching the game and y'all really watching what Indiana doing to Shea, it's like, bruh, you gonna have to pick your poison. We'll let you score, but your team ain't gonna do shit. Like the old school Jordan rule that the Pistons had back in the day. Like, it's either we gonna let you score and shut your team down, or we gonna let your team do what they're gonna do, and we're gonna shut you down. And it's hard for Shea at this young age to figure what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for him to figure it out. And as you can see, when Oklahoma City outside of game one, when they lost at the buzzer, damn near every other guy they done lost, they done got their ass kicked. They done got their ass kicked. They done got their ass smashed. Every other guy they done lost. They done lost 3 games on. Game one, they lost by what, a point or two? A point in game one. Every other game, the other 2 guys they done lost, they done got their ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Shout out to Rick Carlisle, Indiana. I hope they win. I got the Pacers to win. I want them to win. And yeah. So, Now, speaking on basketball, as y'all know, Stephen A. Smith, well, his big moon rock Roger from American Dad, fake motherfucker ass, talking stupid about my motherfucking city. All right, so as you know, our mayor Paul Young offered him an invite to the city because of all his little stupid ass comments about NBA players don't want to come to Memphis because of the environment and shit like that. And yeah, Memphis is. I stay here. That's all I can tell you. I stay here. I stay here. So if y'all know, Stephen A. Smith was sitting up there on First Take talking shit, talking about why players don't want to come to Memphis because of the environment. Now, his sources, according to him, are supposed to be tough guys, the badasses, the motherfucker that don't play that shit in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? The Draymond Greens and the Jimmy Butlers, them type of players that y'all tough as hell on the fucking floor. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all bad as a motherfucker on the floor. Y'all ain't taking no shit from nobody in the locker room. You talk crazy to coach, whatever the case may be. You bad motherfuckers scared to come into a badass city. You tough motherfuckers scared to come into a tough ass city. You scared, but you a tough ass. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this type of shit, and I'm like, y'all like, and I had this conversation with my son and his partner. And I be telling them all the time, it's like I don't take shit away from the skill set of today's NBA players. I don't. But at the same time, I'm always talking about mindset. And if y'all watch my shows or y'all listen to my content, y'all already know I'm always up here. I'm always up here. And it's like nigga mindset be fucked off. So when I'm hearing your sources, it probably these badass niggas that bullies and shit like that, scared to come into a city that's known to be gangster. Y'all some fake ass bad guys. Y'all some fake tough guys. Cause you can't be barking and talking all this shit on the floor and in locker rooms and in social media and shit like that. You can't be doing all that tough ass talking and then you say, I'm scared of going to a tough ass city. I'm scared of going to a tough ass city. You a fake gangster. So anyway, and as y'all know, Josh said something. He clapped back at Stephen A. Smith, and I don't know why he wanted like, oh, you really want to go? Like Stephen A. Let's be honest now, and I'll be honest about the city. Yes, the feds are down here in this motherfucker. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yes, the feds are in Memphis. The crime had got that bad to where the feds had to come down here and straighten shit out. Yes, that part is true. I ain't gonna hold you. The feds are down here. Yes, we ain't. You know what? I just realized we didn't even have a crime lab down here. We had to send all that shit to Nashville. And yes, they're building a crime lab down here because it's a backlog of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So yes, it's some fucked up ass shit go on down in my motherfucking city. Now the crime rates have been going down. I say that. And what Stephen A said, the poverty, yeah, it's fucked up now because it's Memphis. Memphis is affordable. Memphis is affordable. If you know, I stay in the hood and motherfuckers think I'm rich because of what I got in my house. Motherfuckers think cause I got a Benz outside, uh my kids, I got everything when they was going to school and shit. They got everything. I got a lot of shit. My wife got a lot of shit. Motherfucker think we rich. I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't rich. It's just that shit. I know how to deal with my money to where I take care of the business and able to spoil my family. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rich by a long shot. And I tell y'all that I ain't no six-figure nigga. I'm a broke nigga. I just know how to flip what I got. So yeah, poverty is a motherfucker. Yes, poverty is a motherfucker. But if you get on your grind down here and go in the right spots, nigga, you making some money. You know what I'm saying? I know my daughter and her fiance, he want to come back. He want to come to Memphis. He want to stay in Memphis. And I be telling my daughter she don't want to come back home. Cool, whatever. And I be telling her, with his skill set, what he able to do. I like that nigga come to Memphis he get a good job in the warehouse with his skill set. I was like, shit, within a couple of months, nigga, y'all be in Cordova or Germantown just off his skill set. I like, his nigga come down here and make good $30, $40 an hour doing what he know how to do in Memphis. And be in Collierville, Germantown, Cordova. He'll be in a nice house. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so poverty is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? They trying to gentrify parts of the city. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit right there. Cool, whatever. So he ain't wrong. So I don't know what he was gonna try to expose about the city that motherfuckers don't already know about the city. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Stephen A was gonna try to expose about Memphis that motherfuckers in Memphis don't already know. That's what I'm looking at. So anyway, Paul Young got on Twitter, X, and told Stephen, hey, look, bro, yeah, the crime rate's going down. If you want to come through and holler, chop it up, whatever the case may be, we gonna chop it up. And Stephen A said, yeah, he'll take up on off. Now, this the thing. Stephen A. Smith, you from New York. You were Brooklyn, Bronx, some part of New York, I can't remember. New York got crime. New York got crime. You want to be in Miami. You like going to Miami. Miami got crime. You like being on LA. LA got crime. You see what's going on with them fucking rats. So you from New York, that's a crime capital. You like being in Miami, down there with them Haitians. They be with the shit. You like going to California and LA. They be with the shit. So why is it that you got a problem with my city? Why you got a problem with Memphis? I know why you got a problem with Memphis, Stephen A. Smith. The problem you have with my city is it's small. Motherfuckers will sit there and say they'd rather go to Nashville than come to Memphis. And I'm like, y'all do know Nashville with the shit too. Like Nashville just as bad as Memphis. Nashville just look pretty. So I've been saying this shit about Stephen A. Smith. It's like he don't like Memphis because Memphis is ugly to him. He ain't got a problem with Brooklyn. He ain't got a problem with the Bronx. Crime. He ain't got a problem with LA. Crime. He ain't got a problem with Miami. Crime. He ain't got a problem with Chicago. Crime. He ain't got a problem with the big market cities and their crime problem. He got a problem with Memphis because it's ugly. It don't look pretty. And that's how we like it. We get down here for those that know and for those that don't know. We get down here. You gotta be a special type of individual to be in this motherfucking city. When we sit here and tell you, bro, man, we treat you right if you act right. We treat you right if you act right. If you come down here on some bullshit playing, sudden hospitality go out the window. You feel what I'm saying? You can't come to my city playing. You can't come down to my city playing. And I ain't never heard a motherfucker outside of Chandler Parsons weak ass. Chandler Parsons, the only NBA player, former NBA player, that talk bad about the city. And whatever happened between him and the grid is happened. But like I said, and like I be telling motherfuckers, it's like Chandler Parsons fucked up and hurt. He want to get paid big money and you can't play. And Memphis like, nah, bro, get your ass on somewhere, bro. I'm not finna give you this big ass contract and your ass barely can play. He might feel some type of way telling motherfuckers all they do is smell barbecue in the motherfucking city. Like, bro, it's 100 motherfucking barbecue spots in Memphis. It's 100 barbecue spots in Memphis. Like, real shit. Might be more. Memphis known for barbecue. So that saying Memphis smell like barbecue don't mean shit to a motherfucker that know Memphis is known for barbecue. You're going to get some good barbecue coming down this motherfucker. Damn near every part of Memphis you go to is going to be a barbecue spot. That's what we known for when it come down to food is barbecue. So saying Memphis smell like barbecue is not an insult to a nigga from Memphis. It's like, duh. No shit, motherfucker. We known for barbecue. Come down here and get you some ribs. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too many spots. You can come to Memphis and get you some honey gold wings. Y'all motherfuckers ain't eating honey gold shit. That one thing my daughter used to complain about in South Carolina. She like, Dad, I can't never get honey gold. Like, everywhere she go, I can't get honey gold. That really pissed her off. She could get honey gold. Bring your ass to Memphis and get some honey gold wings, some honey gold tenders. You feel what I'm saying? Depending on where you go, you can get some honey gold fries. Yeah, I'm motherfuckers not eating that type of shit. So yeah, you say Memphis smell like barbecue, don't bother a motherfucker that like barbecue. We like barbecue. It is what it is. But outside Chandler Parsons weak ass, I don't hear no motherfuckers really talk bad about Memphis. Now Kenyon Martin, he want to put his little 2 cents in on Gill show, talking about he didn't feel safe in Memphis. Now Kenyon Martin, nigga, I respect Kmart. I respect him when he was in Cincinnati, when he was kicking Memphis ass in college. I respected Buddy. #1 overall pick. I respect Buddy. No doubt. I respect Kenyon Martin. But for you to have badass yellow boy tattooed on your motherfucking chest, badass yellow boy, rough motherfucker, bully, you get on Gear Show like, I fear for my life in Memphis. Nigga, you a fucking gangster. Let you tell you a whole gangster. Tough ass. And you come down to the city. When I went out, I ain't feel safe. And every time you in Memphis, you going out. But every time you go out, you don't feel safe. Well, why the fuck you keep going out if you don't feel safe every time you come down to my motherfucking city? I know why. Because you like being in them fucking clubs, looking at the little junks, they thick as hell. You like getting high. You finna go to the hood and go find that good pack. You know what I'm saying? You find it trying to find a little thick junk to go smash for the night, bro. I already know why you're down here. I'm already knowing why you down here, why you going out. Either you try to go find your little spot to get you some dope, or you trying to find a little joint while you down here for the night. You ain't fooling me, bruh. Now, in order to get the little thick, bad, cute junk, you might have to go to the hood. You might see her up in one of the clubs, and you might get her to the room or whatever the case may be, but you gonna have to find her in the hood. You gonna go to the little spot and it's gonna be a little rough. It's gonna be some dope boys in there, motherfucker, that don't have problems pointing one at your motherfucking ass. You get wrong. As long as you stay on your P's and Q's, niggas ain't gonna fuck with you. They know who the fuck you is, bro. They see a 16, 7-foot motherfucker in the motherfucker club. He pretty much play basketball. As long as you don't get wrong, we ain't gonna get wrong. That's pretty much how it is down here. If you gonna holler at the same shit, they gonna holler at it is what it is. Them niggas got bread. You might be a multi-millionaire. Them niggas got bread. They ain't hurting. They got foreigns in the parking lot and shit like that. Them niggas ain't hurting. Them niggas ain't hurting. But they gonna be like, hey, you gonna get her. You feel what I'm saying? You want some dope? You want a little loud pack? You want some good shit? Yeah. It's plenty of that shit down here in the motherfucking city. You might have to go to the hood and get that shit. You might have to go to the hood and get that shit on G. You might have to go get that shit. So yeah, you a badass yellow boy. You don't feel safe when you in Memphis, but you always out when you in Memphis. You got know why you out. You trying to get high. You trying to fuck some. Let's just keep it 100. Just keep it 100. And I'm sure somebody around you in your entourage got a pistol. You not just rock when you just not out and about without no security. You feel what I'm saying? I feel you. Okay, cool. So yeah, so Stephen A. Smith said he gonna come down here, he gonna chop it up with Paul Young. Now, my thing when you come down here, Stephen A. Smith, don't be ducking and dodging and you wanna be up in these. No, bro. You a badass. He talk shit, he talk tough. No. You done ran your mouth. The motherfucker know you done ran your mouth, and now you want to accept the invite after you done ran your motherfucking mouth, and then you say you gonna come down here. Niggas gonna be looking for you. Now I don't think niggas gonna do nothing stupid to his motherfucking ass, cause he ain't that much of a threat. But I think niggas gonna be sending a warning to his motherfucking ass, like, hey, bro, shut your fucking mouth. And you talking about you gonna come down here. You ain't scared to come down here. You got peeps down here. And like, yeah. And them motherfuckers gonna let your ass go to the woods if you keep talking shit. The motherfucker you say you cool with down here in the motherfucking city gonna feed your ass to the woods if you don't shut the fuck up. It's gonna be on your head. Just like I had told somebody not too long ago when that whole say so peace situation happened. Motherfucker talking about, so you mean tell me I can't come down in the city and act the ass in the city? I said, no. Hell no. Why would you come down here and act the ass in my city? If you don't know nothing about my city, you gonna act the ass in my motherfucking city and don't expect for the wolves to come after your motherfucking ass. That's dumb. Why you gonna come in my house and think you gonna do Man, this is one thing I hate about doing uh verticals from the phone. It motherfucker be calling it all the wrong motherfucking times, interrupting me. That's why I do. That's why I doing what I could do, but motherfucker be to blow me up for stupid shit. Anyway, so now I'm off that shit. Anyway, right with my neck. Anyway, so off the basketball shit. Now I want to talk about Fat Joe, the latest hip hop. Fat Joe, Tyler Perry, Diddy, latest individuals that getting caught up in all this bullshit. I remember I started rapping in '99. I was 20. And I started rapping with my cousin husband and my little brother. And we started a group, His production company called Versatile Sounds. And the rap group named Big Money Ballers. And, they go 213 too, you know what I'm saying? Um BMB, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really was in it, I really repped that shit, you know what I'm saying? In 99, from 99 to I say about 2010. Like it was like a little bit after my son was born where I really just stopped rapping, stopped doing music and shit like that. And I remember when we first started, we ain't had shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first started rapping, I had I used to have beat tapes that I used to buy from a little John called El Doriz that was in South Memphis. It was a car shop. It wasn't like they put in audio and shit in your car, but it was in my nigga garage. He later expanded and got a little building in the shopping center, but it ain't last too long. Used to put bumping folk cars and beepers and shit like that. So when I was in high school, when I was going to South Side, I was my grandmama stayed like 10 minutes away from the school, so that's why I was going to South Memphis a lot because I was going to school out there. I really stayed in White Haven. But my mom was like, "Nah, I don't trust you going staying out here going to school because the chance are you weren't gonna go to school." She was about right. I wasn't gonna go to school, so I was going to Southside, and it was days I would leave school after I get out of school 2:15, and I would walk to my grandmama's house, and the car shop was around the corner from my grandmama's house. So I would walk around there, and I would go in there. He used to have beepers in the glad case, and he had beat tapes of local artists and he had bootleg copies of artists and shit like that. It was a lot of shit I bought out bootleg from him. But it was in his house, in his garage. He was an entrepreneur. So when I started in '99, I had a tape player and the beat tape on one side, and I had a blank tape and the radio on the other side. So just doing some makeshift shit, I would play the beat tape on this tape player, and I would record me rapping on the other tape player. So once I started doing that shit, and me and my partner started doing that shit in the hood where we was staying at, motherfucker, it got word got around quickly that I was rapping. Me and my niggas were rapping. We wasn't on some, some real, we were just doing some shit. But the way the hood started coming to my house just to see what we were rapping about. And like I said, we wasn't on some, we were just fucking around doing shit. And I remember the first job that we really did, and this is before I got with my cousin husband, was we were talking about female we were dealing with and how freaky they was. Now this 99 now. That's why I try to tell y'all, it's like the shit y'all go through with women now is nothing new. So this is 1999. and we was just shouting out all the females that we were fucking with, and we were like, yeah, she sucked my dick. Oh, she sucked my dick. Yeah, yeah, she sucked my dick. Then we were like just running off names of females that we knew we were smashing, and they were doing this. All the shit they said they wasn't doing in public, we knew they were doing behind closed doors. So he was just shouting names out on the junk. Yeah, so and so, so and so. Yeah, she sucked my dick. Yeah, so and so, she sucked my dick. And then word was getting around about the song. And a lot of them females that we were shouting out, they were trying to get into the house, talking about, why y'all saying my name? Why y'all saying my name? Like, I ain't lying on you. I didn't tell no lie. Like, I told the truth. You nigga, you suck my dick. I ain't lying. I was like, oh, you telling all these other motherfuckers you gonna do that nasty ass shit. I like, me and my nigga, we know you do that nasty ass shit. Some of us were swapping your ass out. We flipping your ass around the hood. We already know how you get now. You don't want nobody else know how you get down. Okay, bet. So after that little, momentum, one of my niggas was like, hey, B, y'all need to go on start a record label, whatever the case may be. And at this time, I used to watch, I got TRU tattooed on my back. I was a No Limit soldier for real. I really felt Master P. You know what I'm saying? So I got TRU tattooed on my back. I got that on my back at 18. So my nigga was like, "Be gone, start a group, start a rap label, whatever the case may be." And I did my little hustles and shit like that. So I was like, "All right, okay, cool." And he was like, "Man, get your little brother to rap with you." So I was like, "All right, bet." Now, even though I love my little brother, I love him to death. Me and him was all man. Me and him were always butted heads, and he always was like, he always looked at himself was on the same level as me, cause we always hung in the same circles. Like he 3 years younger than me, so he felt like he was on the same level as me, and really, he was. I'm smarter than him. I'm smart. He more of he like it's like if you know Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. Peyton Manning is the nigga that's watching all the film and shit like that, and he overthinks at time. And Eli the gunslinger. So that pretty much how me and my brother was. Like I'm the one that can sit down and I'm analyzing everything and I'm breaking shit down so I can make the right plays at the right time. My brother was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out there and do this shit. So once my partner got through talking, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go holler at him. Now my brother used to be able to rap out top of his head, no problem. He used to just rap out top of the dome. Anything, you just tell him rap about anything, he could do it. So I asked him, hey, bro, I think about starting a rap group, and I want you to, come fuck with me. He was like, nah. And this was before I ain't know he was talking to my cousin husband at the time, excuse me, about being in his rap group. So once he told me, nah, I said, all right, bet. I ain't gonna make you do the shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though you my brother and I know, I ain't nobody gonna fuck with you like I fuck with you. If you finna go put your shit in another nigga hands, I ain't gonna stop you. So he went over my cousin's house first, during the summertime, summer '99. I ended up getting over my next door neighbor. He wanted to rap too. So what we would do is every day we just walk around the hood and we would just spit bars at each other and shit like that, just working on our skills and shit like that. So my birthday when I first turned 20 in '99, I went over to my cousin's house and he had a little makeshift studio and shit like that. He had just put the shit together. And I was like, let me go and get on the mic. And the first time I got on the microphone, man, I fucked up. And I felt some type of way because I've been doing all this shit talking. And I'm like, I'm finna start my own rap group. I'm finna start my own rap label and shit like that. And then I go, and the first time I really get on the microphone outside of my comfort zone, outside of my people, I fuck up. So I said, all right, cool. It never stopped me but it humbled me because I was like, I ain't ready. So between July and I would say October of '99, I kept working, working, working. I was writing, writing. Like I was working security at the little hotel by Graceland. I worked at nighttime, and it was pretty much quiet. All I had to do was walk around that whole, check license plates, and make sure just the grounds was safe. But majority of the time, if the motherfucker had a room that was fucked up for whatever reason, I was in the motherfucker room just either sleep or I'm selling the room to a motherfucker like, hey, I got a room. Give me X amount of money. You can come through, man. I gone unlock the door for you. Gonna do what you gonna do. Get the fuck out. I gotta make my money somehow. You know what I'm saying? So when October Halloween came around, I went back over there. I went back over there, and I think me and the little chick I fuck with broke up. So I had like a lot of shit going on. I think that was when we just moved from the little townhouse we was staying in to the little house we moved into before my great grandmama died. And I went back over to my cousin's house and I was ready. And he was doing a joint called We Ballin'. And I was like, I get on that joint. And they were like, you gonna get on? I'm like, yeah, I get on that joint. So I listened to the beat, I wrote my bars down, and I started spitting. And niggas was like, damn, you made a whole recovery from the summertime. I'm like, yeah, man, because it fueled me to get better. And after that, I was like, every weekend I was over there until I quit my job. Then I moved in with him. So now I moved in. My brother was still going to school. So he couldn't be over there like that he was in the summertime. So I moved in and I was the guinea pig now. So every morning I wake up, smoke a blunt, go in the studio. He my cousin Hub, he ended up making beats. His partner, he a DJ. He doing what he doing, and I'm in that motherfucker, sleeping the motherfucker, and I'm listening to them niggas make a beat. And first thing they say, big dog, can you rap on this? I'm like, yeah. I'm just that confident. I'm like, yeah, I can rap on that shit. And like I tell motherfucker, man, it hit or miss. It's hit or miss. Cause some verses I wrote, motherfucker, like, damn, how you say you did that in the third and this, woo, 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 how you put this and make all this shit sound good. I'm like, I don't know. I just heard part of the beat that I liked and I wrote the beat. Then some of them motherfuckers I like, bro, that was some whack ass shit. You know that was whack. I said, yeah, I know, but I tried. So anyway, long story short, doing the whole little run I had from '99 to 2010 with my group, with label, we had to do what we had to do to get studio. Like we had our own shit, but we had to do what we had to do to get equipment. We had to do what we had to do to pay for shows and do little shit in the game. And yes, it was a lot of it was some dope selling and criminal activity going around. I ain't gonna hold you. It was some dope selling and other shit going on in them times. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? And we never had no real we never had no real young girls around us outside of family members. You know what I'm saying? I had little cousins that were females, but they're my little cousins. I ain't, and other niggas had female relatives and shit like that would pop up from time to time. Now, in the hoods, we was like when they kept moving, like they was in one part and they had set up shop when we first started rapping. They moved in with my mama at our house. It was bigger, so the studio went from a bedroom to the garage, and we set that motherfucker up nice. And female would come through that joint that wanted to rap, wanted to sing, whatever the case may be. Then after that, it went to another set of apartments, and just everywhere we were going, there were females around. And like I said, it was never no young females around us that was underage. Like my brother at the time, he was probably still in high school, so he had little young girls around him because he was in '99. I think he was 17. Yeah, 17 in '99. So when he started at 17, he still had 16, 17-year-olds around him. I'm 20. I ain't got no little 17-year-olds around. I ain't got no 14, 15-year-olds around me. You know what I'm saying? But even though the little chick I had just broke up with, she was like 3 years younger than me. So, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And but it was no real egregious shit going on with females around us. Now, was they going? Yeah, they were going. The females were going. I ain't gonna sit there and say that they weren't going. I know I had multiple females just out of the simple fact I could rap. Just for the simple fact I could pop up with a shirt on that got my face on it. Just for the simple fact I had a chain with a microphone on that hoe. Just for the simple fact I had my Chevy had the name of the label in the back window. You know what I'm saying? Just for the simple fact I had shit to show that I was rapping. I had CDs. I was selling like I had a whole lot of shit. So I had plenty of females just out the strength of me rapping. So they were going. They were going. They were going. They were going. And I'm saying all that to say this about what's going on with a lot of these cases right now and how they trying to put these RICOs on these individuals and shit like that. The truth of the matter is, yeah, it be some criminal shit going on. And even at the level we was at, we were doing criminal activities. And a lot of that shit was like, I remember when we first started, it was like we had the studio, the candy lady, and the dope house, all in one house. So it was like my cousin, she worked at Sound Club. She was doing frauds at Sound Club just to funnel the candy lady. So she had to be there early in the morning. And if you know, Sound Clubs open the door early for somebody that got a business license, whatever the case may be. So she had to be at work soon as the doors open, and somebody would come in with and buy a lot of shit for a candy store. And she would call her husband, and me and him would ride up to Sound Club, and she'll give us the receipt, and we'll just go pick up everything that's on the receipt. And then we'll go up there. She already got somebody at the door that's already knowing what the business is. So we'll go to Sound Club, pick up everything on the receipt. I had to go find her at the register because they knew him. I go find her, get the receipt from her. Then we'll walk around Sound Club on the flatbed, picking up everything on this receipt just to take it back to the house. You know what I'm saying? And shut up shop. That's all we did. We go in, get the receipt, go around Sound Club, go right back through her line. And walk out the door. Show the receipt to the nigga that's out to whoever at the door already. They already know what the business is when we come through. Show them the receipt, typical Sound Club shit, and walk back out. We ain't paid shit. And take that shit back to the house and set up shop. It was a can later. So we had that going on. We really was selling dope. Cause like I said, I'm wake up every morning. I gotta set up the can lay because I'm getting that before school money. So I gotta get up and I gotta open the door because motherfucker will come in and get their snacks and shit like that before they go to school. So I had to make that little money. And then once the kids went out to school and shit like that, then I go up the stairs, get in the studio, and nigga breaking down pounds. Nigga breaking down pounds while making beats and shit like that. And I'm like, man, I'm smoking a blunt and sacking up and writing lyrics and shit like that. And we had niggas that were doing little other shit, trying to help us out and shit like that, stolen equipment and shit like that. Yeah, and and allegedly, I ain't gonna allegedly, but anyway. But yeah, so when I'm seeing all these RICO cases and they saying, well, this is a crime organization, this a crime organization, this a crime organization, in some shape, form, or fashion, it slick is. Now, if you want to sit there and say they doing a lot of a little trafficking and prostitution or whatever the case may be, I ain't gonna sit there and say I have to use my record label as a means to get women across state lines. If I'm a famous ass nigga, I ain't gotta use my record label to take women across state lines. I can go across state lines and pick up women because of my level of success, my social status and shit like that. I ain't gotta get one woman in Tennessee and take her across the state line of Mississippi or Arkansas. Nah, I ain't gotta do all that. So I think some of that be over exaggerated. But as far as some criminal shit going on, yeah, it's some criminal shit going on. It's some criminal shit going on. A lot of motherfuckers, that's how they get their shit started. They gotta do what they gotta do to get that shit off the ground. And now if they keep doing it, that one thing. If they stop doing it, a whole nother thing. But a lot of time motherfuckers keep going. They still got niggas in the streets still doing what they doing and shit like that. And it is what it is. But as far as as far as the PDF shit, the essay shit, and all that type of shit, this is what I had to say. And this is what I always said about that shit is a lot. And y'all see that shit with Diddy shit with Cassie and Jane Doe. With even with R. Kelly situation, it's like the women be snitching on themselves. Cause the whole thing is to paint individuals as monsters. And trust and believe, R. Kelly was a monster. He was messing with underage girls. He did that. Diddy did put his hands and feet on Cassie. We saw that. So yes, he's a monster. So I'm not excluding the bullshit niggas do. If you did that dumbass shit, yeah, you did that dumbass shit. You can't run from that shit. So I never side with the nigga or the female when they doing shit like that. I ain't gonna side with you. You ain't gotta put your hands on the motherfucker. And that was one thing my daddy told me when he was doing his thing in the streets with women. He was like, if I had to put my hands on one of my hoes, I ain't need them. He said if I couldn't get a female to break herself just off my wordplay, I ain't finna put my hands on. If I had to put my hands on, I don't need them. And he was pimping. So yeah, I don't give R. Kelly or Diddy or any of them niggas a pass if you putting your hands on females. I don't give you niggas a pass if you playing with underage girls. I don't give you a pass. But what I also say is they ain't innocent. Cassie proved she wasn't innocent. Jane Doe wasn't innocent. Some of them chicks that in the R. Kelly trial wasn't innocent. You know what I'm saying? Whatever going on with Fat Joe, if it's underage girls, yeah, it's underage girls. But what we like to do in society is say because of her age, she don't know shit. When the truth of the matter is she know more than y'all think she know. Now as a grown ass man in the situation, you supposed to know not to fuck with them. But these 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girls, they're innocent because of their age. but they be on some grown woman shit sometimes. And I don't condone that shit by a long shot. I don't know. I don't condone that shit. I'm just being 100 when we sit up here and say because of their age, they're innocent. And I'm like, nah, because I know what I was doing at 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. I ain't innocent. When motherfucker tell me, because I lost my virginity at 12 to a 14-year-old, oh, you was whatever, whatever. Well, I said, I knew what I was doing. I knew what I knew what I wanted to do when the moment arose. And she was the one that just let me do what I wanted to do anyway. And as I got older and older, I knew I wanted to have sex with women, with girls, and that's what I wanted to do. Now, yeah, I went to the strip clubs, and yeah, they was some grown ass women give my 15, 16-year-old ass some pussy, and I said to them like, I knew what I was doing, but in their head they were like, well, you got great or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, I ain't gonna sit there and say you wrong, cause it was an older woman messing with a young nigga. I ain't gonna say you wrong. But what I'm gonna say is that young nigga knew what he was doing. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't do what I was doing if motherfucker didn't let me in the club. And like I said, I was a nigga in my teen looking like I was full grown. So I didn't get carded. I was buying alcohol. I didn't get carded. Buying squares and shit. I wasn't getting carded. They wasn't asking for ID. I just looked grown. So yeah. So in the 90s, yeah, 15, 16-year-old me, I was going inside clubs and getting raped by grown women. And I knew what I was doing because I wanted to be in there with them grown ass women. I wanted to be around the dancers. I wanted to be in that atmosphere. And I did what I had to do to get in the atmosphere. And when I got in, yeah, shit popped off. I was in the VIP room. I ain't gonna hold you. I spent that high 50 for three songs. I knew what I was doing. So when it come down to the allegations, it's like, yeah, because of the age, is wrong. But the mentality is what I be looking at is like them little motherfuckers knew what they was up against. Them little females knew what they was up against when they was in, teenagers or whatever the case may be. They knew. We try to paint the picture like they just innocent, but they knew. They ain't stupid. They grow up in certain environments. They know what's going on. We say this shit all the motherfucking time. Just going to high school. You in school with a female that's 15, 16 years old, and after school she getting picked up by a nigga that's 24. And ain't nobody saying shit on shit. The mom and dad ain't said, and ain't nobody saying nothing on nothing. We talk about this shit all the motherfucking time. That shit happen. But the thing that bothers me is like when it happens on the big level, everybody had this outrage because of who it is. And I be sitting there like at the small level where I'm at, this shit happen every day. Don't nobody say shit. It happened on the big level with a celebrity, everybody in outrage. But you go back home and you see this shit every day. You ain't calling 911. You ain't trying to tell this girl parents. You pretty much out of full business on your level. But you see it on the high level with a millionaire, billionaire attached to it. Now everybody screaming out the outcry. Everybody feeling some type of way and did that and the third. And it's like, bro, y'all ain't even trying to take care of this shit on your level. And you worry about the motherfuckers on the high level. And yes, that should be wrong. That should be wrong. But again, I don't give them full passes. I don't. I can't because of simple fact I knew what I was doing at that same age. I knew what my mind was when it came down to female bodies. I knew where I was at 15, 16, 17 years old. I knew what I wanted to do. And when I sit there and like I tell my son, I tell my daughter about shit, I know where y'all headed at this age. I was there. So when I see that shit, I be like, yeah, it ain't right. Legally, it's not right. You legally, you fucked up. Morally, you're fucked up. But at the same time, y'all don't have a lot of smoke for the ones that's willing to do the shit. Y'all have smoke for the individual they accusing of putting them in situations and shit like that. But y'all don't have no smoke for them because you want to sit there and say they got manipulated, they got coerced, they got promised this and then reneging on the prom. It's like everything trying to prove that they were just innocent victims. When they sit there and admit that they wasn't innocent victims, that they volunteered willingly to do some of the shit that they doing. You feel what I'm saying? They're literally volunteering. And they tell you that they volunteered. And then they say it's out of love. It's out of love. It was like you saying it's out of love, but you 19 when you get with this nigga. He well grown. And you talking about you love this nigga. Why? You don't love him, you love the lifestyle. And that what a lot of this shit be is you like the lifestyle that this older man can give you. And y'all say this shit all the motherfucking time. You want to be this grown ass nigga to get the little young ass girl fresh out of high school and change her life. Y'all say this all the motherfucking time. And then when you get get sued for essay or some shit like that, now it's like the whole little scheme you had of being this nigga that's 10, 15, 20 years older than this chick. Yeah, you got the bread to spend on and shit like that. And all it takes is for one time for you to say, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And that thing, you know, your ass in court on some trumped up charges because you like to get down in a freaky little way. You know what I'm saying? You like to get down in a certain type of way that they signed up for. That they signed up for. Cause you ain't gonna sit there and tell me a nigga ain't threw the shit out there to you. This how I get down. He ain't just popped that shit up on you. He ain't just out of the blue sprung this shit up on your motherfucking ass and caught you by surprise. Nah, I'm sure he told you how he get down. I'm sure of that. I'm sure he told you how he get down. And he probably gave you the choice to either get down or get gone. And you're looking at what he can give you because of his celebrity, because of his finances. You're looking at what he can give you and looking at where you at, and you have to make a decision. Do I want to be plain Jane and barely making it, or do I want to go on, get the bread, get the money on, and do something strange for that change? You said do something strange for the change. So now you're getting the trips, you're getting the cars, you're getting the shoes, you're getting the purses, you're getting the photo ops, you're getting all the shit you wanted. But the prettiest people do the ugliest things. So you doing all this behind the scenes action. Whatever this man asks you to do, getting pissed on, shitted on, multiple niggas, females, whatever little strange kinks and fetishes this motherfucker got, you're willing to participate in the acts because in the end, you're gonna get something materialistic. You're willing to sell and degrade your body for a Birkin bag. You willing to sell and degrade your body for a $10,000 a month condo. You willing to sell and degrade your body just to be in the limelight, just to be in the spotlight, just to be in the photos. You're willing to go through all types of bullshit just to have motherfuckers say your name. And then when the train run out of gas, or they decide to cut your ass off, say they done with you, you feel some type of way, and you be crying and complaining and bitching and moaning, talking about they used me, they abused me, they assaulted me, they did. And it's like, shout it, for how long? 10 years? 20 years? 5 years? You mean tell me you going through all this bullshit for this long? All the degradations, all the bullshit, you going along with this shit for this long, and once the engine run out of gas or you get cut off, now you want to play victim. Now you want to sit there and say, I did everything out of love. I did all that because I loved them. I wanted to make them happy. I went through a lot of shit to make this man happy. But again, you signed up for that shit. You signed up for that shit. Didn't nobody make you sign up for that shit. You signed up for that shit. You literally put yourself in that situation when you ain't have to. And then when the shit got laid out on the table, what I need you to do in order for you to get them red bottoms and them Birkin bags and that G wagon or whatever the case may be. When I told you what you have to do to get it, and you say, "Yeah, I'm willing to do that to get that," that's an equal exchange. That's an equal exchange. That's just like you looking for a job and you find this job, you find this company that's hiring, and they got the salary you want for your life. And then you apply for the job, you go to the interview, and they tell you what the job, the responsibility, the duties of the job is, and you feel like that's a lot of bullshit in this job, but because they got the salary you looking for, you're willing to accept the bullshit job because of the salary that they offering. And then you get in the job knowing it's a bunch of bullshit, knowing you don't like the shit. Then you get to complaining about the job when you already knew what the job responsibility was. You already knew what the job required. You already knew this. But because you knew what was attached, the financials that was attached to it, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then when you do it, now you got regrets for doing it, but you in too deep because you're getting them fat checks. You're getting them fat checks. And them fat checks go create this lifestyle you want to lead now. So now you're like, if I quit, my lifestyle gonna go backwards. If I keep going, I'm gonna keep getting paid, but I'm getting fucked over because I don't really want to do this shit. But I can't stop working. I can't stop doing what this man asked me to do because then they gonna cut me out. They gonna fire me. So you got a hellified decision to make, and in most cases, you're going to accept the bullshit because you want the money. But you're gonna complain about the bullshit while making the money. And then if you quit or get fired, you're gonna talk about how bad the company is, but you also looking at the lifestyle the company gave you. That's some crazy ass shit to think about for you to sit there and say you're a victim. And if you're a victim, you're a victim. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that I'm just up here trying to victim blame or whatever the case may be. If you're a real victim, you're a real victim. But to sit up here and admit to what you did to get the lifestyle you got, and then decide you don't want to be in this, do this shit no more, and he said, okay, here go your payout, whatever the case may be, and then you feel like I need to take your ass to court because of all the bullshit I went through in this relationship, and then I hear how long you was in the relationship. Just me being the nigga I am, I'm like, hey, that's kind of, I can't just sit there and say you was a victim if you stayed this motherfucker long. You hear what I'm saying? I can't sit there and say you're a victim and you stayed that motherfucking long. Just like when a motherfucker at a job 20, 30 years, you don't like this motherfucker, but you ain't left this motherfucker yet. Cause this job paying you a nice wage, a nice salary every month, and you can't leave it because now if you leave it, it's gonna be hard for you to find that money again to keep up your lifestyle. So you'll sit there and take the abuse and the bullshit just to keep up your lifestyle. So yeah. And even with the Tyler Perry situation and the what's his name, whatever Dixon, I don't know his name. I just even in that situation, you want to paint the picture of Tyler Perry doing XYZ to you, but you had to been put in them positions for Tyler Perry to do XYZ to you. You'll sit there and say, oh, I was trying to get my acting career off the ground. I was trying to get my producing career off the ground, whatever the case may be. And then Tyler Perry, which we all know is a mogul in entertainment, you go holler at him, allegedly, and he start talking sexual, whatever the case may be. He wanna try to convince you to do some strange thing for a piece of change. He holding your career hostage because of your gig on the Oval or whatever the case may be. And this all in what 2020, and you can come out in 2025 right after. I guess I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but the Johnny just put out on Netflix, Straw, posted it made so much motherfucking money, and now all of a sudden you want to sue Tyler Perry for $260 million. Now even Cassie didn't ask for $260 million, and she a whole woman. She asked for 30. You asked for 260. You asked for 260 of some outlandish allegations. You need 260 million for your pain and suffering when Cassie, and I seen Cassie get hit and kicked, only asked for 30. Yeah. That sounds like a play to me. I might be right, I might be wrong, but that sounds like a play to me. What's up, Smitty? That sounds like a play to me. I seen the tape of Cassie getting hit and kicked. She asked for 30. I don't see nothing about you, buddy. I see some bullshit that text messages that maybe you and Tyler Perry might be some other bullshit. And you say you need down to $300 million for your pain and suffering. And 5 years ago. You got the gig. You was on the show, one of his better shows. You was on the show, and if you know Hollywood, like some characters get killed off. Whether because of health reasons, because of contract disputes, or whatever the case may be, some characters get xed out the series for whatever reason behind closed doors. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. That's TV. I done seen that shit on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You have one Aunt Viv, you go to another Aunt Viv. You keep the show going, even though you switch the actors. Same character, one dark skinned and one light skinned, but it's the same person. I watched the dark skinned Aunt Viv from the beginning till she left. You bring in the light skin when they say they're still Aunt Viv. Like, no, they're not. But the character's still the character, it's still the show. Contract disputes, creative control, whatever the case may be. They got rid of, brought in another one. Just like that. And for whatever reasons, she gone is her reasons. Whether it's because she felt like she needed to get more money, she needed more creative control, whatever the case may be. And the people over the show like, we need you to stay in your lane, woo, woo, woo. Button the heads, she out the door, they replace her. Just like that. Family Matters, I see one Harriet Winslow, then after so many seasons, I see a new Harriet Winslow. Same character, different actresses. I ain't no dummy. That's not the same Harriet Winslow I knew in the beginning. That's a whole nother Harriet Winslow, but you're gonna tell me that's Harriet Winslow. So whatever happened behind the scenes with the contracts or health or whatever the case may be, you replace them. It happens. It happens. So my God, if Tyler Perry asked you off for whatever reasons off the Oval, it was some disputes that y'all couldn't agree on. Now you want to say it was SA, you want to say it was this, that, and the third. Okay, I guess that's the new thing is to say a motherfucker just did me dirty, put me on the casting couch and all that type of shit right there. And I accepted these advances and these offers and shit like that because I want to be on TV. But then I don't want to go too far. But now this nigga got control over my career. And now I don't want him to have control of my career no more. And he's sitting there like, hey, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna kill your character. Now you in a situation where like, okay, do I do what he asked me to do to keep my character alive, or do I stand up for what I believe in and say no, and he kill my character? That's a hell of a decision to make when you already made a decision leading up to that point. And so whatever happened, happened. I wasn't watching the Over. I knew my wife and her auntie used to watch the Over. I never watched it. Like I watch Sisters. I ain't gonna hold you. I watch Sisters. I like Sisters. I watch Sisters. And whenever me and my wife get the time, we gonna go watch Divorce Sisters. You know what I'm saying? Cause I do like Sisters. Don't get me wrong. And I watch Sisters. I've been watching Sisters since season 1, episode 1. And I really be looking at that and I be like, yeah, I know women just like her and her and her and her. And I watched all the shit unravel and how they want to be strong, independent in 1 minute, then they want to be victims the next minute. And I'm like, man, a lot of you motherfucker be victims of your own bullshit. You be victims of your own bullshit cause you do shit cause you a strong, independent woman. You feel like you can conquer the world, and then the world slap you in the face. Now you the victim. I trip off that shit. My wife will tell you, yeah, I trip off that shit. I really do. Cause I see that shit not only on social media, I see that shit in real life. It's like you want to be this tough ass 1 minute, and then when reality slap you, now you want to play victim. I myself, you tell my wife this shit is like you want to be Billy Badass in 1 minute, and then when I get on your ass, you want to start crying. You know what I'm saying? So I seen the shit, and that's what I be seeing. So that's why I watch sisters like that, just to see how much shit they can get into before they start playing victim. But I digress. So again, my boy, if Tyler Perry was doing all the shit you say he was doing, he been doing that shit to you, and you been accepting that shit. If you say he did all this shit to keep your character alive, what did you do to get the character on the show? You feel what I'm saying? If he did all that shit to keep your character on the show, what did you have to do to get your character on the show? So you ain't gonna tell that part unless you go to trial like Cassie, where you have to admit to your shit, to where you willingly participated and say it was because I wanted to be an actor. But again, your morality says I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be an actor. Even if that mean letting this grown ass man, this 6'5" grown ass black man grab my dick and rub on my thighs, allegedly. Talk freaking to me on the phone and text messages and shit like that. I ain't willing to go through all that just to be on TV. Then I get on TV and now all of a sudden your morality want to kick in because now he asks you to do some extra shit that you ain't comfortable doing. And now you want to play victim because you don't want to keep playing ball. But you did to get on the motherfucker. He ain't just now start doing that little dumb ass shit that you accused him of doing. He already did that shit. If he did all, if you accused him of doing all that shit to keep you on the show, what did you have to go through to get on the show that you don't want to tell nobody? That's just how I look at shit. That's just how I look at shit. I'm not gonna sit up here and just because you cry wolf, I'm so supposed to believe there's a wolf there. I'm gonna look at it like I look at it like, hey, maybe you put something out there for the wolf to come. Maybe you put something out there for the wolf to come around you. And you thought that if you did XYZ for the wolf to come, that you could tame the wolf. That you can sit up there and pet the wolf and play with the wolf like it's a puppy dog. But y'all be forgetting that's a wolf. It's not a puppy dog. So now you thinking you in control because you gave this wolf something to play with. And then when the wolf say, no, I need more. Well, I ain't got nothing else to give you. You gonna give me something. Cause you want now, you got me in your yard. You want something from me. It's a reason why you put what you put out for me to get. Because you want something from me. And I'm saying, what are you willing to do to get what you want from me? You're willing to do something. And if that's what you, and if I put this on the table and you say, okay, I'm willing to do that, okay, we got a deal. Now, how far you up this ladder you want to go? Because you're going to have to give up some more. You're going to have to sacrifice something to keep climbing up this motherfucking ladder. How far up this ladder you want to go? You got to know how far you got to know how far you want to go in life. You got to know how far you want to go when dealing with these people. How far are you willing to go to get the lifestyle, to get the status that you want? And if you willing to give up all your morality, your values, if you willing to just be a cum bucket, a dick eating dog, in order to advance in life, The nigga will give you whatever you want for that. If that's what you willing to give up, they'll give you whatever you want. Because the minute you stop, they're gonna say, well, it's time for you to go. You stop doing what you said you were gonna do for me, I got right to cut you off. That's a job, that's in anything in life. It's like you sign up for something, it's equal exchange. You stop doing what you supposed to be doing. I get to stop doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You can't stop doing what you're doing and then tell me to keep doing what I'm doing. That's not how that shit work. That's not how that shit work. I get to replace you. I get to fire you. And I ain't talking about just on just the little dumbass shit that we talking about in the news. Now I'm talking about in real life. You signed up for something, and I said, all right, I got you. And then you want to stop doing what you signed up for, and you expect me to keep doing what I'm doing. And you don't want to do what you're doing. I get to replace you. I get to move on. I don't have to deal with you no more. Because you ain't holding up your end of the bargain no more. Whether it's some simple shit or some downright degenerate shit, you ain't holding up your end of the bargain no more. I get to X your ass out. And now when I X your ass out, now you want like they did me dirty. You ain't telling motherfuckers you stop doing what the fuck you were doing. You wasn't taking care of your duties. You wasn't taking care of your responsibilities. And now you mad because the motherfucker got rid of your ass. And now you feel some type of way. And now you want to sue or file civil suits or whatever the case may be because the motherfucker did you, quote unquote, did you wrong, but you stopped doing what you were supposed to be doing in the first place. And mind you, I'm not saying that shit right. What I'm saying is that's life. When we sit up here and talk about these women, when we sit up here talking about these niggas, y'all do know is that it's a business agreement in the relationship. You want something, I want something. Niggas want your body, you want their money. How you ever want to look at it? You want to look at it as a relationship, you want to look at it pimping and home. However you want to look at it. Most niggas want a female body and most women want a nigga paper. That's the way of the world. That's the way of the world. So if a nigga come in with the money shown and the status and shit like that, and you like that shit and you want pieces of that shit, and this nigga sit there and say, I need you to do X, Y, Z to get this paper, you signed up for that shit, you signed up for that shit. Plain and simple. If a nigga come in and say he wants you to be a stay-at-home wife and cook and clean and whatever, and you say, okay, I got it, I'll do that, you signed up for that shit. Then you sign up for that shit and then you stop doing that shit because you tired. You don't want to cook every night. You don't want to clean up and you don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. And they were like, well, you reneging on the contract that you said you was going to do. You reneging. I have every right in the world to feel some type of way when you reneging because if the shoe was on the other foot and you come to busting it wide open for this nigga every night, you come to give him that gawk. You're doing all this nasty ass shit for this nigga every motherfucking night. You cooking and cleaning. You keeping the house straight, the kids straight. You doing everything this nigga asked you to do and this nigga don't put no money in your motherfucking pocket. He's reneging. He's reneging. So again, just on the level that me and a lot of y'all on right now, niggas be reneging. What's up, Queen? Niggas be women be reneging, men be reneging. And then both sides won't play victim when they be reneging. Both sides won't play victim when they be the renigger. They want to be the renigger. They want to stop doing what they say they gonna do, and then they want to play victim when they get cut off. That's not how it works. That's not how that shit work. You can't sit up here and like I said, you can't sit up here on these platforms day in, day out talking about you want to do this, that, and the third for women, and then as soon as you get a woman that's gonna sign up for your bullshit, you want to stop doing what you said you want to do for the woman. And she's supposed to deal with the shit. And then when she don't want to deal with it no more, oh, she wasn't down for me no way. She wasn't riding for me no way. Woo, woo, woo. You should have never put this shit out there for her to sign up. You should have never put this shit out there for her to sign up. And then you want to turn around and also say with the women, it's like, oh, I want this nigga to do X, Y, Z. And you get one that do X, Y, Z, and you still want to be in the streets. You still want to have hot girl summers and all that type of shit. And you got the nigga you say you want, but you don't want to act right. Why you so controlling? Why you so sassy? Why you so emotional and all that good shit right there? You got the nigga you want. Why you won't act right? I said this shit about my mom-in-law not too long ago. She want this certain type of nigga. She been telling me and my wife and anybody that will listen, she want this type of nigga that was gonna fuck with her, that wasn't gonna be trying to fuck all the motherfucking time, to treat her nice and shit like that, and she be straight. And she got this nigga. They come in and putting shit in her house and got her house right and cooking for her every night and taking her where she want to go and all that type of shit. Good dude. Didn't know how to act. Didn't know how to act. She still want to be on the phone with other niggas. She get mad at the nigga because he just so happened picked up the phone and was another nigga on the phone. She mad like, oh, he shouldn't have picked up my phone and shit like that. But I'm like, you got the nigga you wanted and you still were talking to other niggas. Now I feel you is like the whole privacy situation, but you was in the wrong because you got the nigga you wanted and you still wasn't satisfied. And you want to make it that the nigga was controlling. He want me to wear certain shit to church. He want me to act a certain motherfucker. Well, I'm like, well, you damn near 60. You damn near 60. So when the fuck you gonna act your age? Like my wife 45. Her one my wife 45, the sister up on her 40s, the one up under her about 38. The one that do her, she 30 something. The baby 20 something. The baby girl 20 her 20s. I'm like, you down to 60. You still want to act like your daughters that's in their 40s and 30s. You got the nigga you said you wanted, and you still didn't know how to act. You still didn't know how to act. And every time I look up, he trying to control me. He trying to control me. I ain't want the nigga staying in my house anyway. I said, did you tell him that when y'all first started talking? When he was over there all the motherfucking time? Nope. You didn't tell the nigga you didn't want the nigga in your house. You didn't. What happened was the nigga was doing everything he wanted him to do. Went about you a wash and dry, cooking for you, taking you out to eat, taking where where you want to go, buying your shit, doing all type of good ass shit. The nigga you said you wanted, that we heard you complain about for years. You got the nigga you said you wanted, and you still on the phone with other niggas and saying he wrong for picking up your phone while you on the phone with other niggas. You still do the shit now. You'll sit up there and get mad at a nigga just so you can go fuck out with another nigga. But then getting mad at the nigga she still talking to now, the old nigga that's about 70 something, 80 something, whatever. I think he's close to 80. He still get around in his age. You still doing the same shit with him. You got your own spot, but over his house all the motherfucking time. Every day you over his motherfucking house. Then sit there in his face talking about y'all just friends. You not gonna be over my house every motherfucking day and we just friends. You not finna watch my motherfucking TV. You not finna use my motherfucking water. You ain't finna lay. She like laying in the. She sleeps at this nigga house. She takes showers at this nigga house. She wanna eat this nigga food and shit like this while telling him they just friends. And anytime he make her mad, she wanna go back home. Talking about he with the shit. He with the shit. I'm like, he a good one, cause I'm not finna let you do all that motherfucking shit and we just friends. Why you over my motherfucking house every day and we just friends? Why you wanna lay in my motherfucking bed and we just friends? Are you stupid? You dumb. But we just friends. And then you want me to treat you like you want me to treat you like you my woman. Until I piss you off. Then you wanna go back home and act like, I'm fine at home. You ain't got shit at the house. And then you find out this nigga got a little John on his line. Now you huffing and puffing. You calling to blowing this nigga up trying to find out where he at and what he doing and all that type of shit. I'm like, you doing a whole lot of extra shit for a friend. You sure doing a whole lot of extra shit for a motherfucking friend. You trying to make sure there ain't no other female getting none of the benefits he giving you, but that's your friend. That what you telling me, and you expect for me to understand that type of shit. I'm like, all you gotta do is act right. You don't want to act right. You want what the fuck you want, and you don't give a fuck how you get it. And if you don't get what you want, you mad at whoever told you no. Same rules apply. And this is my mom-in-law. My mom-in-law is not rich. My mom-in-law ain't no. She still thinks she a hot girl. Cause according to my wife, if you let my wife tell it, like I said, they like got 7 kids by 6 niggas. Like that real shit. She got 7 kids by 6 niggas. And the nigga she was married to, she left the two daughters up under my wife. She left him with the girls. She left the girls. And then would sit up here and act like them 2 girls did her so wrong. I'm like, you left them. You left them when they were little girls with their daddy. But you act like they did you dirty. You don't hardly fuck with them. Let they come pick you up and spend some money on you. Then you want to claim them as your motherfucking daughter. You don't fuck with them. One of your grandkids with them unless it's beneficial to you. And Queen, I talked to you the other day about my little niece. She don't fuck with her. The one I told you that that's autistic, she don't fuck with her. She don't fuck with the other one's son. He got his own baby. She barely fuck. She don't fuck with him. My wife, that's your oldest. You don't fuck with her till you want some. She just called my wife yesterday, talking about you must be mad at me. My wife like, what I'm mad at you for? You don't call me. All because she wanted my wife to go to a motherfucking party. And my wife didn't want on Father's Day. She wanted my wife to go to a party with her on Father's Day. And my wife was like, no, I'm finna be with my husband. Mad at my wife because she wanted to be with me for Father's Day. Decided to call her yesterday and say, you mad at me? What I'm mad at you for? I told you what I was finna do. You mad at me because I ain't go with you. Because you still want to rip and run the streets and down there 60. But you want to always be the victim. But it's your own bullshit. It's the reason why you're the victim. Because your bullshit is the reason why you're the victim. How you move and how you do shit is the reason you're the victim. It's everybody else's fault that you're the victim. But it's how you're moving that put you in these victim positions. So again, I'm not saying the motherfucker right, but I'm also saying, man, part of you being the victim is your own doing. Part of the reason why you're in the position you in because of your own doing. And that go for men and women. It's not gender specific. The reason you're in the position you're in is because of your doing. You wanted something, You got what you wanted. You kept getting what you wanted in the motherfucking minute somebody tell you to no or tell you to do more, now you the victim. Now you want to tell everybody they did you so motherfucking dirty, they did you wrong. Woo, 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 woo. Like how long you dealt with them motherfucking shit? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and now you realizing after the time you spent with this motherfucker that they were doing you dirty. What did you get out of this shit? What did you gain in these 5, 10, 20 years? What did you gain for you to be the victim all of a sudden? What did you gain? Did you get what you wanted? And 9 times out of 10, you got what you said you wanted. You got this, you got that, you got this, but also now you the victim because they told you no. Now you the victim because they asked you to do some extra shit. Now you a victim. But you was cashing in on the same victimhood. I'm just saying. Now, I'm gonna get up in a minute, but let me get on talking this. Now, this is something I saw before I went live. Oh, excuse me. That Gen Z want in office sex to be approved. Gen Z wants the workplaces, wherever they work at, to approve them having sex in the workplace. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I'm done. You motherfuckers want your job, your occupation, your workplace, your work environment to accept the fact that y'all want to fuck, have sex in the job, on company time, in the job. All that good shit right there. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. When me and my wife first started dating, yeah, we did some. Yeah. Like I said, we were janitors. And when we first started dating, it was uh a rush coming in. You know, when folks was the planes were landing and everybody was getting off the planes and shit. And it's hard for you to do any work as a janitor in the bathrooms when everybody getting off planes and rushing to the bathroom. So it's pretty much like, ain't no sense in me coming trying to clean up this bathroom when motherfuckers gonna fuck it back up. So forever how long I think them rushes used to last about maybe 2 hours at the most. It was one early in the morning about between 7 and 9, and there was another one between 12 and 2. So I really couldn't do no thorough cleaning in the restroom till after 9 or after 2. So it was one day right after me and her started talking. Where I get what from? No, the airport shit. Or what you talking about, Queen? Because I'm talking about the airport shit now. I'm talking about the Gen Z shit. Oh, there's an article on Apple News. So anyway, like I said, right after me and my wife started talking, or Russia came in the afternoon, and me and her was standing about looking, and she was stocking up her cart. And I was talking real slick. I was like, hey man, you wanna go in the closet and do something? And she looked at me, she like, for real? I like, yeah, let's go in the closet. Cause the closet was inside the bathroom. It was a big ass closet that had all the supplies and shit, and like toilet paper and all the supplies, big ass sink and that shit. So I was telling her, like, let's go in the closet right here and go and get in right fast. She like, for real? I'm like, yeah, while the rush coming in, while people like people literally coming in out the bathroom. It's in a men's bathroom, be exact. So I'm like, let's go in the closet and get in right fast. And she was looking at me like, you for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm dead serious. Let's go and get it in. And she was like, okay. So we went in the closet. I made sure the door was locked and, bent her ass over on the sink. Now, that was the only time me and her ever did it at the airport on company time and shit like that. I ain't saying it was right. I just like, I was on my shit then. I was like, shit, Louise already fucking like rabbits. And I was just trying some shit. I was gonna see what she was gonna do. She would tell me, nah, I wouldn't been mad. But I was just gonna try some shit, see what she was gonna say. Cause and I say this all the time, like before me and her got together, she couldn't we were cool, but she was like, I can't see myself with you, bro. You with the shit. You talk too many females. You talk stupid to females. All that whole rigmarole. I don't like niggas with tattoos on their neck. You got gold in your mouth. I don't like that shit. All that good ass shit. She used to say me that shit every day when I used to shoot my shot up. Every day. What she don't like. And I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't all right, cool. I hear you. Gotcha. And as soon as we got together, boy, she couldn't stay away from a nigga. Couldn't stay away from a nigga. And I used to throw that shit up in her face all the time. Like, yeah, you talk all that shit. You don't like a nigga with tattoos on their neck. You don't like a nigga with gold teeth in the mouth. You don't like a nigga. I said, all the shit you tell me you don't like. I said, yo ass dealing with this shit now. Ain't it? She just be looking crazy. I know, uh-huh. So yeah, these niggas don't be they don't be wrong when they say y'all be lying sometimes. Y'all be lying. Like I said, I'm that perfect example. Told me that shit for years. I ain't fucking with you. You ain't my type, all that good shit. I thought, okay, no problem. Say what you got to say to make yourself feel good. No problem. And soon as she get with a nigga, every time we get together, she like, you wanna fuck? Yup. You wanna fuck? Yup. 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 You wanna do this? Yup. And shit, she wasn't cooking what I got with her. So once I got hold of her, you gonna cook? Yup. I hate to brag, but I be telling the truth. It be funny as hell, but I be having to tell the truth. Like, yup. Soon as she got with a nigga, all that shit she said she was gonna do, she started doing that shit. She got a little attitude behind that shit, but yup. So yeah, I smashed it at the airport in the closet, hit it from the back over the sink, and once I got through, walk right out there, motherfucker, act like ain't shit happened. Yep, did that. So I get it. I get it. Being a young nigga in his 20s with his little chick that work with him. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Cause y'all do have this attraction. You want to, want to just smash on them and shit like that. Yeah, I get it. And like I said, that was just me throwing a shot, see what she gonna say. Cause like I said, she would have said, nah, I wouldn't have been mad. That was just me being managed. That was just me on my shit. Just see, like I already know. I'm already knowing she like what's going on sexually. You know what I'm saying? I'm already knowing she like that shit. I know she like that shit. Like, yeah, she want every chance we got. She like, you want to fuck? Yeah. She used to say, let go, let go. Like, yeah, 2, 3 times a day type shit. This after work. She want to just fuck, rest, eat, want to fuck again. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I threw a shot and she bit and we fucked in the closet. Yeah. It worked. While a bunch of people walking in and out the bathroom. Yeah, that shit happened. But to sit there and say you want your job to accept the fact that you're going to fuck whoever at your job. You're literally telling your employer to accept the fact that we're going to fuck inside this warehouse. We're going to fuck inside this bathroom at Five Guys or McDonald's. We're going to fuck in the bathroom or the parking lot at Target. There's nothing you could. You might as well just accept it instead of just trying to fire us because we're going to fuck. Man, and I be looking and I be like, listen to my son, listen to my son and his girlfriend, her sister. They be on some wild, stupid ass shit. Like they some good girls. They just be doing some dumb shit. And they mind frame be like what I'm saying now is like just accept the fact somebody gonna steal at your store. So instead of trying to call the police or whatever the case may be, just accept the fact somebody gonna steal. That's how they thinking. It's just accept it that somebody gonna steal. But that don't make the shit right. Cause you gonna do it. That don't make the shit right. You just want motherfuckers to accept the fact that you're gonna do it. That don't mean it's right. And for a motherfucker to think like that, just accept it that I'm gonna do some dumb shit. Just accept it. I get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Because truth be told, the way certain shit been going on in society now is like you're literally gonna accept bullshit just so you won't piss motherfuckers off, so you won't get canceled and all that type of shit right there. So you're willing to accept shit you don't need to accept just so you can save face with certain groups and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's stupid. So you allow motherfucker to do dumb ass shit just so you won't have this group mad at you. Okay, cool. Am I wrong? Cause somebody gotta be wrong. Is you wrong for telling me to accept it, or I'm wrong for accepting it? Cause if I'm an employer and my employees say, big dog, you just need to accept that we're gonna fuck on company time. I had to sit there and look at them like, and how long you want to work at this job? If I have to accept that, how long do you want to work at this job if I have to accept that you're gonna have coitus on company time? And you want me to accept the fact that you're gonna have sex on company time? How long you want this job? That's just me as an employer. Cause I'm like, no. Like what I did is what I did. You know, and I ain't say I was right. Like I said, that's me just doing me. And if my wife would have told me no at that point in time, I wasn't gonna be mad. So yeah, I get it. Having sex in public places for some is a turn on and exciting and shit like that. I get it. But you want me to literally let you fuck on company time. And I remember not too long ago when my daughter was working, and a couple of motherfuckers got fired just for want to be so bold and out in the open with their advances to other individuals. And the project managers will hear this shit and tell them, "Hey, you ain't supposed to say that. You got to roll." You know, it's rules and guidelines, and the motherfucker that said the shit literally were getting mad at the project managers. They were literally getting mad at them saying, "Oh, you trying to silence me and shit." Like, but bro, you ain't supposed to be making all these sexual advances toward these women and men in wide open like that in public. You just wide open saying what you want to say to these men, saying what you want to say to these women, and I hear it as the manager, and you want me to let it rock. You just want me to let this shit rock as the manager, as the supervisor. I hear this shit, and I'm like, you already breaking rules, and you want me to just say, fuck the rule, just deal with the fact that I'm turned on, and I want to smash on this chick. I'm turned on, and I want to rub on this dude. I'm like, no, no, you breaking the rule now. In all honesty, we all know is that we had them conversations all the motherfucking time at jobs. It ain't like it's something new, but you ain't supposed to do it. You ain't supposed to be talking like that. But you know, when you get in your certain circles at jobs and shit like that, them conversations come up because you really talking about real shit. I get it. But to be so open and blatant with the shit and then get mad at the manager for calling you out on your shit, and then like literally my daughter had to leave work. I think she said, yeah, a couple of times when them situations arose, motherfucker come back up there with all type of threats. Talking about what they gonna do to the company, what they gonna do to the job and shit like that. Like my daughter got sent home from work a couple of times because of threats that the individual made that was in the wrong in the beginning. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if you gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna try your luck and try to smash on something in the bathroom or whatever the case may be, do it. Go and do it. If you get caught, hey, you roll the dice, you got caught. If you don't get caught, you don't get caught. It is what it is. If you're gonna try it, try it. See what happens. I wouldn't recommend you doing it, but at the same time, who am I to say don't do it? Because I did it. And but for you to sit there and say, just accept it and let me keep my job because it's nature. I'm attracted to this person. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it anyway. Cause we're gonna do it after work. You might well let her do it at work. This is where we at as a people. And this is the generation we have to rely on going into the future is that you just want me to let you to do all the dumbass shit at this motherfucking job just because you feel like I should let you do this dumbass shit at this motherfucking job and don't say nothing to you about it. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Anyway, yep. Anyway, I'm finna get up out here. Finna drink me. TC, what's up? Yep. So I'm just finna get ready to get up out of here. I have a show planned for later on. I don't know if I still want to do it or not. I don't know. I still might do it about how men could be better men. But I realize now about me really directing shit at these guys about being better men. I realize niggas don't like to hold themselves accountable for their own bullshit. So part of me is like I'm wasting my breath. Another part of me is like, I'm gonna keep going and say get what they get. But I realize that niggas never want to hold themselves accountable for their own bullshit. Which is crazy to me when all day, every day, you want women to hold themselves accountable for their bullshit. And you don't want to hold yourself accountable for your own bullshit. How that shit work? They go right back to the shit I was saying about the victims and shit like that. You want me to be held accountable for how I did you, but you're not holding yourself accountable for what you did. That's the same shit. All day, every day, niggas online, all day, every day, calling talking about how bad women is. Women don't want to hold themselves accountable. Women don't want to do this. Women don't want to do that. And I be like, bruh, ah, it can't be that motherfucking hard. It can't be that motherfucking hard. It can't be. It can't be that motherfucking hard when dealing with women. It ain't that motherfucking hard. Why do y'all make it so hard? And I hate to use this analogy, but it's just like slavery. Because before the abolishment of slavery, black people were not a problem to white people. Why? Because they was under control. Black people was not a problem to white people because black people was really literally under control of white people. They were slaves. Whether they was outside, inside, whatever the case may be. If a motherfucker considered you as property, there was not a problem. Wasn't a problem. Black people became a problem to white people when slavery ended. And it's crazy that the same motherfuckers that you loved and shucked and jived and cooked your food and tilled your cotton and all that type of shit, now that they free, now they a problem. Now that they free, they a problem. Crazy. So, and I hate using it for what's going on now, but I have to because I see the same similarities. Like when women had to literally depend on men for everything, women was never a problem. When women had to literally depend on men for everything, women was never a problem. With liberation and feminism and laws and shit like that, and women had own autonomy over their shit, now they a problem. Now they a problem. And I hear this all day, every day. I've been hearing this shit for at least 6 years. I how y'all bash and berate and go in and tell women why they fucked up and why the community fucked up and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, where your accountability at as a man? Oh, the single mamas done fucked up the community. Who made the single mamas? Well, she had a choice. Yeah, she had a choice. And what killed me about the choice is, on one end, you want her to have babies, but you don't want to take care of her. Then you want to also tell her she wrong and she delete the baby. And like I done said so many times before, it's like, nigga, if you know you on your way to shout the house, you gonna go by the fucking store, get all your survival pack at the store, your squares, your cigars, your beer, your chips, your drinks, and all that. You gonna get everything you need at this motherfucking corner store, except a box of rubbers. Except a box of rubbers. They and depending on what corner store you go to, they'll have a jar full of individual rubber. They might run you $1, $1.25, whatever the case may be. You can't even go get one. You'll literally scrape up money, go buy 2 squares for $1 before you go spend that dollar on a rubber and plan on going to smash. Then go over to the female house and everything getting hot and heavy and y'all kissing and touching and shit like that. And she said, come on, get it. Pussy wet in the motherfucker. Dick hard as hell. And you put your dick in. You smash. You bust a nut. She come up pregnant. Oh, she didn't tell me to put a rub on. But you supposed to be the nigga. You supposed to be the leader. You supposed to be had so motherfucking sense. You supposed to be so motherfucking smart. Is that you literally gonna put your actions on her shoulders. You're literally telling me because she opened her legs with a wet pussy, you had no sense to put a rub on. And before you got over there, you was in the store and you had no sense to buy a rubber. And you go sit there and tell me it's her fault she got pregnant. When you got total control over your motherfucking body, but somehow, some way, it's her fault. Well, that means she must be in control of your dumb ass then. If we go play that game. That means she controlling your stupid ass. And shout out to my partner Queen for saying some of that shit right there. She always gonna tell y'all is that women are the leaders. And I me and her have our back and forth about that shit. But just off that simple fact right there is that you got every intentions on getting up with Shawty and sticking your dick up inside her, and you at the store and you get everything you need but a fucking rubber. And when she tell you go on stick that motherfucking in, you ain't thinking about a STD, you ain't thinking about a baby. You just ready to stick your dick up in this motherfucker. You don't want to pull out. Pull out game weak as shit. She get pregnant, and now you're like, well, how I know it's mine? Well, you might want to get a deletion. I ain't ready to be no father. Then she go on with the baby. Well, if I ain't got to be held responsible for the baby, I ain't want the baby in the first place. Okay, cool. Then she put you on child support. Well, why you gotta put me on child support? Why we just can't work it out? Cause you don't want to do nothing with the motherfucker anyway. You don't want the government in your business, and you then you complain about how much, nigga, if that little 50, $60 them motherfucker taking out your check really hurting your motherfucking pockets, put a rub on. If 50, $60 every pay period is hurting your motherfucking pockets, why you put a rub on? Why? And you gonna try to convince me it's all on her. It's her fault. She decide what babies come in the world or not. Yeah, she do. You got a decision whether or not to put a rub on, and you don't. And motherfuckers will be mad at me just for saying I don't be giving a damn. I'm logical. I got sense. I got sense. And the funny part about it is, like I told my son, and like nigga, I was 17 too, and I know I fucked around having rubbers in my pocket and not putting them motherfuckers on because I'm just as dumb. I know what I was doing. I just got away. Even though I had a couple of pregnancy scares before I got married and shit. Yeah. And I knew what I was doing. That's why I'm sitting there saying I know what I was doing. I knew I had a rubber around me. I knew it was a store near me while I was with this chick, and all I had to do was go get one. All I had to do was put the motherfucker on. And yeah, I fucked around and didn't want to do it, and I'm going in raw and I'm taking chances just like y'all nigga doing that. Yeah, I've been there, done that. And I'm also telling you motherfuckers today, yeah, you can do that. You can put a rub on if you just take time to think about it. Shit, you just be so fucking excited because this little junk you been wanting to smash for a motherfucking minute, getting you the fucking opportunity to go and get this pussy, and now your ass can't think straight because you ready to go and smash. And some of you motherfuckers, and I know these conversations, and I had these conversations with niggas over and over again. Some of you motherfuckers are intentionally trying to get this hoe pregnant because she fine. And then when she come up pregnant, you don't want to take care of your responsibility. See, them the conversations that a lot of you niggas don't want to have with a nigga like me because, yes, I done evolved from being a street nigga. I done told y'all motherfuckers over and over again, the version of me you getting is watered down from the version of me that my wife got hold of. It's watered down. I'm going to tell you motherfuckers the truth. Why niggas sitting up here trying to make it seem like, oh, the women the problem, the women the problem, the women the problem, nigga, you a problem too. And I done said this shit on several occasions. I'm a motherfucking problem. I knew I was a motherfucking problem. So when I hear all these niggas lying and capping and shit, my age, a little bit older than me, like, nigga, you full of shit. And I ain't afraid to call you out on that bullshit. You full of shit. You full of shit. And like I've been saying for a minute, when a motherfucker sit up here and talking about I'm the man, you need to follow me no matter motherfucker what, and then a woman sit there and say, well, go on, leave me, sir. Go on, be the leader, sir. Go on, show me what you got, sir. And then when she put your ass in the motherfucker test, then your ass fold like a motherfucker cot. You beating on your motherfucker chest, talking about you big bad nigga and shit like that, and then you fold like a motherfucker kite. And then when you fold like a fucking kite, you don't want her to say nothing about your lack of leadership. You don't want to criticize about your lack of leadership, your lack of leadership skills. But just follow me. You an idiot. You some dumb niggas. That's some Dumb nigga shit. Just follow me because I got a dick. No, I'm not, like I said before, I don't follow motherfuckers just because of a title. I respect your title. I respect your title. But if you doing dumbass shit as my leader, I have the right to question your stupid ass. You might not like the questioning, but I'm not finna follow your ass off a motherfucking cliff just off the sake of following your ass. No. I will go against the grain if your ass leading me down the fucked up ass path. That's just me in jobs. That's just me in general. I'm not following your stupid ass. I'd rather crash out by my motherfucking self. I'm not following your dumb ass and I see you taking me to the fucking danger zone. No. No. That's just me in general. So I can understand a woman saying that shit is like, I'm not finna follow this dumb ass nigga and he don't know where the fuck he going. And you get mad because she won't follow your stupid ass. You get mad because she won't follow you. You don't even know where the fuck you going and you mad because she won't follow your plan, your program. Like, what the fuck is your plan and program about? That one that got and said, and I kept honest with y'all, motherfucker, when I got married, I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan when I got married. Didn't have one. Didn't. Like I said, I just wanted to get next to her. I just wanted to see her naked and shit like that. I didn't have a fucking plan of marriage, of kids. I ain't had no plan for all that type of shit. I just wanted some ass. I just happened to like her more than for one night. Didn't have no fucking plan. But when plans come and when the shit start happening, I was smart enough to say, all right, well, if this finna happen, this is what we need to do. Start putting shit into action. With the resources I had at the time, with what I knew at the time, when shit started popping off and shit like that, okay, now it's pressure situations. Now I'm in the battlefield. Now I gotta think on my feet. Now I gotta move a certain motherfucking way in order for me and my family to grow. Pressure. Pressure. And I sit there and tell you niggas all the motherfucking time, like, bro, I'm built for pressure. I'm built for it. I'm gonna go about it my own motherfucking way, but you ain't gonna never say big dog is scared of the big time. Big dog run away from the bright lights. Big dog run away from the pressure. No, I don't run from that shit. I don't run. So when I sit up here and try to tell you motherfuckers about you motherfuckers and how you got this fake ass shit running through you, like I said earlier, with all these fake ass tough guys in the NBA, you so tough and shit on the motherfucking court. You so tough and shit in your motherfucking locker room, but you scared to come to a tough city. You scared to show your ass in one of the toughest cities in the motherfucking United States of America. But you a tough ass. Right. So same rules apply. You want to be Billy Badass, you this dominant, and woo, woo, woo. You supposed to be this. All right, cool, gotcha, bruh. When push comes to shove, I want to see what you're going to do when pressure strikes. When you put in the fucking situation where you have to make a decision. And you got this chick following up behind you, and she putting her trust into you, putting her livelihood in your motherfucking hands. She trusts you, and then you calling it bitching out. You calling it bitching out. And then you don't want her to criticize you for bitching being a bitch. Oh, I whoop your ass. You keep talking crazy. I whoop your ass if you keep talking crazy. But then again, you comfortable talking crazy to her. You're comfortable talking crazy. As the leader, you're comfortable talking crazy to the follower. But you don't want the follower to criticize when you fuck up. That by itself some weak nigga shit. That by itself some weak nigga shit. I'm supposed to be the leader. I'm willing to take. I'm in charge. My plan is my plan. This is what I want to do. And if something don't go right with the plan, and my followers look and say, "Well, big dog, you fucked up," and I know I fucked up, what I'm supposed to do? Get mad at my people for telling me something I'm already knowing? I fucked up. I know I fucked up. That's a true statement. I fucked up. I can't get mad at my wife. I can't get mad at my kids. I can't get mad at no employees, no players, or none of that type of shit when I'm in charge and I fuck up. And they tell me you fucked up. You're right. I fucked up. Now I gotta fix it. Cause I'm still in charge. I'm still that nigga. I'm still the leader. I gotta get the shit right. I gotta get the shit right. I can take the criticism and fix the shit. But like I also say, like you not finna say I'm fucking up and I ain't did nothing wrong either. Now you got me fucked up. You not finna put shit on my motherfucking jacket that I didn't do. You not finna do that. Now you got me fucked up as my follower. Now you just gonna push shit on me knowing I ain't do that. Nah, you got me fucked up. Now you can get gone. If you don't like how shit rolling and you feeling some type of way, you ain't gotta be here. Disappear. Go on about your business. Nice knowing you. You not just finna insult me because you don't like some shit. I ain't fuck up, but you don't like it because you ain't benefiting like you want to benefit. You ain't getting what you want to get. It's a group effort. It's all about team and shit like that. And you want to be the individual. You want to be better than the team. You want to put yourself above everybody else and shit like that. Nah, I'm the leader. I'm the leader. I'm the leader. I let you say what the fuck you gotta say, and not damn they let you do what the fuck you gotta do, but you don't want to be in charge. You don't want to be in charge. You want the kudos, you want the spoils and shit like that. You want all that type of shit, but you don't want to be in charge. You don't want to have to go through that shit. And that go for men and women. A lot of men ain't built to lead. A lot of women ain't built to lead. And it is what it is. If you a better follower than a leader, hey, my guy, if you a better follower than a leader, you need a strong female that can lead. I said it. I done said it before and I say it again. If you a weak ass nigga, if you a weak ass nigga that don't want to take responsibility, that don't want to take charge in pressure situations, get you a female that ain't scared to do it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You gotta be real with your motherfucking self before you be real with any female. If you ain't that nigga, if you run every time the lights get bright, bruh, get you a female that ain't scared of the bright lights. Get you a female that ain't scared of the bright lights. If you a female that wanna follow behind the nigga, follow behind the nigga. But if you don't get what you want and he doing everything in his power to make sure you straight and you constantly bitching and moaning and complaining, well, guess what? Go find you another nigga. That nigga bending over backwards for you and whatever y'all got going on, trying to make sure you straight and you ain't can't do nothing but bitch and moan because you ain't going where your partner's going. You ain't eating what your partner's eating and shit like that. And you looking at that shit on social media and you feeling some type of way now, you want to put this extra stress and pressure on this nigga that trying to do everything in this motherfucker power to make sure you happy. Take your bitch ass on somewhere. I suffer by my motherfucker self. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I've been told by several content creators, like I make a lot of enemies with how I talk to niggas. And I don't give a fuck. Really don't. Never cared. I don't come on this motherfucker to make friends. I don't come on this motherfucker to be buddy with you niggas and shit like that. No. I don't do that shit. I say what the fuck I want to say. Either you like it or you don't like it. I don't care. Really don't. I ain't looking for a tribe. I ain't looking for no friends. Concubine. I ain't looking for none of that shit. I say what the fuck I want to say. I ain't got no attachment issues. Every little issues I had in my life, I done worked out. Or I'm still working on them motherfuckers, and I know that I still got certain issues. I'm real with my motherfucker self. I don't jump on this motherfucker app looking for a friend. I jump on this motherfucker and I try to help. Cause that's just the counselor in me. That's just the nurturer. Whoa, nurturer. That's just the nurturer in me. Try to help motherfucker that got problems. I'm trying to help you solve your motherfucking problems. But again, just look like going to rehab. You gotta admit you got a motherfucking problem. You gotta admit you a problem. If you kind of being in fucking denial every time I look up because you don't want a motherfucker to say you a bad guy, them your personal issue, not mine. I know I've been the bad guy. I know I've been the bad guy. So yeah. Anyway, I took up enough of y'all time. Like I said, I might go live later, I might not. I got one plan, but I might erase it. I don't know. Depending on how I feel later on. But I appreciate y'all coming through and fucking with your boy in the AM. And I'll holler at y'all later.